Our next storyteller is Sylvia Christine, and she is a native Daytonian. From her home, she works as an astrology advisor to clients from every walk of life imaginable. She values truth, she loves authenticity, she is passionate about the choreography of energy. Her favorite seasons are summer and early fall. Her normal is the paranormal. Let's welcome Sylvia Christine.
It was a warm and sunny afternoon. I was driving west on Interstate 70 when suddenly my car lost all power. The most that I could do was coast to the right-hand shoulder of the highway while continuously losing speed and momentum. I navigated between vehicles and 18-wheelers. My car rolled to a slow stop. And I got out to assess the situation as best I could, and what I saw was that about 4 or 5 inches of my car was still in the lane of oncoming traffic. And this put me at great risk of being hit. So I made the decision to get out and stand behind the car, call AAA, and wait for their rescue. And as I stood there all alone, old feelings began to rise up within me as I saw cars and trucks zip by as though I were invisible. A feeling of never feeling safe in this world, feelings of being unprotected and vulnerable. And that old feeling of being eternally alone. And then I saw a car. It stopped on the same shoulder I was on. I guess there was about a football field's length of distance between that car and I. A man got out and started walking toward me. Now, as a child, I learned not to judge people by the things they say or do or how they look. Not because it's morally right or wrong, but because the information can be misleading. Instead, I taught myself to read the energy because that information is a little bit more accurate. As a matter of fact, energy never lies. So what I got was that this was a very dangerous man. And I made the decision to turn my back to him, and as he walked toward me, and I called an emergency meeting between that creature that calls itself a benevolent God. Situation room here now. You, yes, you. Oh, you. Who never protected me from my crazy parents. You who heard my cries, my prayers, my screams for intervention, and you chose to ignore my innocent voice. Let me tell you what's going to happen now. That man back there, if you consider him an asset, if this is not his day to die, you are really going to have to help him. I am not auditioning for my own victimization, and my death is not on my calendar of events for today. I'm not getting back in that car. It's far too dangerous, and furthermore, I don't trust you to protect me. I'm going to live a long life. I have many things to do. I'm not going down. I just thought you should know. I also thought it was about time I turned around and faced my attacker. And I did. And much to my surprise, he too had turned around. and was walking back to his car. I stood my ground and watched him until he got in that car and drove away. And before I could process what had just happened and what had not happened, I thought I saw a flash of white light on the left side of my peripheral vision, and when I turned my head to see what that was, it was just a Cadillac of that year, some executive model, a white Cadillac. And it was rolling to a slow stop in front of my disabled vehicle. But the energy had suddenly shifted. It had shifted from that of a predator to that of some sort of alliance. It felt clean, it felt safe, and I thought I'd just go ahead and approach the car. And as I walked toward it, I noticed the license plate had a very odd configuration of letters and numbers. Actually, it had 4 letters and 1 number. G as in goat, A as in apple, B, boy, E, everlasting, and the number 3. So I stood beside the passenger door, and the electronic window was coming down. And at that point, I could see inside the car, and everything was white. The leather seats were white. The carpet on the floor was white. The paneling of the interior doors were white, and the dashboard was white, the steering wheel was white, and behind, in the driver's seat, was a Caucasian-looking man with snow white hair and a beard, immaculately cut and trimmed, every hair in place. He wore a long-sleeved white business shirt, white vest, white trousers, and draped across the passenger seat backside, folded ever so neatly, almost like origami, was his white matching business jacket. And before I could say anything, he said to me, "Are you all right?" Well, I was still feeling a little bit cocky. Remembering that license plate, I said, "Are you the Archangel Gabriel?" He was slightly amused by my one-question interrogation. He chuckled softly. He looked me in the eye, and he said, "Everybody calls me Gabe. Are you all right?" Well, at this point, I just thought I'd play along. "Yeah, I'm okay. I called AAA. They're on their way." And as I was giving my willy-nilly recap of my circumstances, the electronic window went up. But before it sealed at the top, he paused it. And he looked at me with a slight smile. And he said, "That's all I wanted to know." And the window closed. Now, I've had 19 years to think about this. And the next thing that happened, I maintain to this day. It happened. That man in that car took off at a very unnatural rate of speed for a General Motors vehicle. And he went straight into that crack where, you know, highway meets sky, that place we call the horizon. He slipped right into it and disappeared. Yes, he did. Thank you.
Thank you, Sylvia. I love that story. Let's give Sylvia another round.